Hey everyone, welcome to yet another podcast episode of the Sparkler Minds podcast. With me today, I've got a dear friend of mine, Ashish Salian, my bad. He is the R&D Innovation Manager at NSV Automobile. But more than that, he's an F1 in Schools mentor, guide, advisor, consultant, anything else you want to call it. He participated in the World Finals as well. He won the national championship for the UAE. And man, he's got 15 years of experience. I've got 10. So we've got like 2.5 decades of experience right here. So we're going to talk about that. Ashish, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Let's dive right into it.
Let's go. I'm excited.
So Ashish, tell me a little bit about how you started. Okay, because this is a few years back.
Yeah.
How you started
Yeah.
F1 in Schools.
Well, I remember as livid as I can because it was sort of a demo in our school. This was back in 2008.
Okay.
And I was in 8th grade.
Wow.
I was probably 14 years old. That morning I came to school and we didn't know anything about it. We were sent to our auditorium in my school, in high school.
And you guys were here?
And we just thought it'll be a normal, some seminar or some demo. We come in and we see a big racetrack. In our,
the whole racetrack, the 20 meters.
It was 24 back then, so 24 meters of track. And we all were like, what is that? So everyone's excited. We don't know what's going on. We sat in the seats, and the presentation was F1 in schools. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what F1 was back then. And in school, right? I mean, by then I had watched Fast and Furious, and the movies.
Right,
I loved cars, and at that time I found out like I could only sketch cars. So I was horrible at art. And there was this instance I loved
Okay,
cars.
you could only sketch cars. You couldn't get anything else.
I tried my best, man. Like in art, I draw an apple, couldn't draw an apple.
Yikes.
So it's only when I watch Fast and Furious cars, I'm like, ooh, the decals, wheel inside, bright, sparkle.
Wow.
I wanted to make my car modify in that sketch. So one day my art teacher was like, don't draw all this stuff. Draw me cars, 20 pages, and I'll pass you. And that's when I realized I can draw cars. So cars and Buzz Lightyear.
Nice.
So this was my niche. And when this F1 in Schools presentation came out, they started saying it's about cars. I was like, wow.
Nice.
This is something I can do. I need to get myself involved. And they raced it. The first time they raced it, I realized, well, hang on. You're not just designing cars, you're racing the
them
cars?
as well.
I was shocked. So I wanted to get myself into the project, and I just saw
2008.
people around me. So I had my 6 friends in line. Like, let's all do it. So that was my
random
first.
team.
Yeah.
Nice.
Random 6 people sitting in one line. We just became a team. So that was the first F1 in Schools team.
2008, and that was your first F1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was also like in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
But we had this policy in school that you can't participate until you're in the 8th grade.
Correct.
Because you're middle school or high school or whatever that is, right? And I was like, no, I have to participate. So I designed a car myself. Because this is like a little further along when F1 in Schools is a little more
Established,
and there are people who knew what was happening, right? And so I designed the car and I said, sir, this is the car, now you have to let me race.
So I built the car.
I built the car, what else you need?
Let me race.
But yeah, even for
Amazing.
us,
Yeah.
it was a crazy team because everybody was my senior.
Right.
I was the youngest.
Yeah.
But it was fun. But okay, so 2008, and then from there, when was your first national championship and then your world finals?
So my first national championship was 2009.
Nice.
Right?
Simple.
This was
1 year.
2009 March. And funny enough, it wasn't that straightforward. So like how you said, I built a car, let me race. It was kind of my story was, well, no one knew the project.
Right.
In 2008, what are you doing?
Getting sponsors must have been hard.
I didn't know what concept of sponsorship was. So I showed interest in school.
Okay.
I took it to my teacher. My teacher said, yeah, let's do, but like, give me more evidence. Like you're saying you want to do it, but how do I know if you can actually?
Right.
So she's like, build me team identity, uniforms.
Yikes.
She's like, do the project yourself, convince me that you want to go, and then I will register and we can go.
Wow.
So we were doing all this stuff, and basically we gave her a file, and then that file had like, first it was just team names, right? We had a team name, 6 of us. It was an acronym of all of our names actually, ACE and stuff. So we were called Extreme Ace Riders. So Extreme Riders, but then ACE stood for like mix of all the 6 guys, right?
All the 6 guys.
Yeah, I was part of the A. So that's how it started. And basically we kept on putting file, and she never saw the file. She was like, it's a kids, we're not that level to do it, because it looks intimidating at first.
Of course.
And then after 6 months we took that file and we put a binder there.
Wow.
And then she's like, what are you guys doing? We're like, the papers don't fit anymore. so she was like, what are you putting inside? Then she's like, let me have a look. She opened, she saw car designs, car concepts, CAD renderings. Wow. She saw team uniforms. And she's like, you guys did this yourselves? We're like, yeah, we're passionate. We want to do this. Amazing. And that's how so then she sent a message and they were like, well, we have a nationals competitions in 2 weeks. Can you guys build it? We had 8 months, right? Like, can you do it in 2 weeks? We're like, yeah, why not? Done. We learned CAD in 2 weeks, by the way. In 2 weeks, we just, converted all that.
Almost every story I've heard of like F1 in schools, especially like all of our alumni,
yeah,
we've always done this stuff. We've always done 2 weeks, 3 days in, last day.
Funny enough, like in my work, so I've changed my concept now, right? Because like quite often in professional environment, you hear this word called urgent.
Yeah.
Everyone says, this is urgent, this is urgent. But nothing ever beats this. This is urgent because you made it urgent, right?
Correct.
Like,
Correct.
Whereas this, what I spoke of, like 2 weeks,
actually
and F1 in schools, like so many times, like your 3D print is messed up, you don't have anything, that is urgent.
Your wing breaks in the last second. Like, bro, it's insane.
Bearings don't work.
Bearings don't work. Bearings get crushed in your hand.
But that was my story.
Oh God.
But yeah. So it took me then, first national was 2009, I think around May. And yeah, I went there and our car was the fastest in Dubai, but then there was a team from Oman who were faster than us and they were well prepared. They were elder as well. We were just 14-year-old kids. They were 19, 18-year-old students. But one thing that the competition emphasized to me was how, if I keep doing it, I had fun. Like I was having fun in the journey, not necessarily like
the actual competition or the winning part of it.
The winning part of it excited me, and to be honest, that drove me. Like I wanted to go to World Finals. That was my biggest goal, right? But it was the process that I fell in love with, and then I kind of found out that that's what I enjoy doing. So
that's amazing. And from there, you went on to become an R&D innovation manager.
Yeah.
So, but you've done things in between. You were with autosports, motorsports.
Yeah. So just to give you a brief, like I love doing that, and the process of this, I fell in love in the process of all this creating things. I wanted to do that now in university level. I took up mechanical engineering, did a project called SAE Baja. Same F1 in schools, but it's like off-road cars.
Right.
We competed in Portland, Oregon with building our own car. Same software.
Isn't that like the fastest cars made up there?
Kind of. It's like off-road. So you drive on mud, different terrains. So this is a little bit different because I wanted I did racing cars. Formula student as well. I was a project I was keen on doing.
Right. Where you guys make your own Formula car, right?
Exactly. Right. But an off-road aspect of it interested me more.
Because it's so much more different.
And it's something new. Right. Like, I can easily go CFD, whatever things we did there. But in a Baja and off-road car, you learn FEM, which is static analysis and stress and strain on the components, how reliable they are. Right. Is it going to last? So our race is not about who comes first. It's about who lasts in 60 laps, you know? And
with all the terrain.
Do you know what's funny? So this was my competition of Baja was in around 2015-16. And then when I came back to judge F1 in schools World Finals, I find out F1 in school students are now doing FEM to find stress strain on their cars.
For F1 in schools?
For F1 in schools.
Yikes.
And it's so funny because back then, when I was doing competition,
nobody thought of it.
Yeah, nobody was doing stress analysis. But it's just how holistic the project is. It always surprises me.
No, yeah. So, they're always improving in every aspect. It's insane. Oh my God. Well, yeah.
How about you? How did you transition from that first, first nationals?
From my first nationals. My first nationals, we won the best team identity, which was amazing. I had my manufacturing engineer, every award we've won, he's cried on stage every time. But it was always so much fun. And then from there, we went to national finals.
Right.
So what we have in our school is the best students get the team.
Okay.
Right. And so it's sort of like, this is a school team. And so we're trying to bring that legacy forward.
Got it.
Right. And so you get to work with that team. You can bring your own team if you want to, but you get to work with that team.
Yeah.
And so we were 21MS, right? And so I think you judged us. You judged us for both my quarterfinals my nationals, and then for
I've just all the national finals. So my world finals was 2012. From 2012 till now, I've just all
all the national finals.
Never missed one.
Yikes. Same. I think just one during COVID I missed, but other than that, I haven't missed any one of them. It's always so much fun. But yeah, from there we went to world finals.
Amazing.
And after that, I realized I love, like you said, I love the process.
Yeah.
I'm not in it to win it. I would love to. That'd be amazing. But I guess the process is what helps more, you know.
True.
And so I love like coming here. This is. Oh, by the way, we're at the F1 in Schools Experience Center at the Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. And this is just an amazing space. We never had that space.
Well,
we did. We had access to printers, we had access to CNC machines, but this is a dedicated space and it's so beautiful. Like that fixture up there, these 3D printers.
It's art. And it's like for us as well, I guess this is supposed to be for kids to be interested in, but like,
we're more
impressed than by just the look of it, right? It's the project has evolved
and it's
so
a dedicated space that you get to work in, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
But okay, so that's World Finals, and then we call it World Finals.
Tell me about it.
Tell me about it. No.
Tell me about your World Finals experience, Chris.
Mine was very straightforward. I know yours wasn't. Mine was very straightforward. We went there. This whole sponsorship thing was crazy.
All right.
But we went to the World Finals, raised about 258,000 dirhams.
Wow.
Yeah, and we went there. We spent a lot of it on a lot of good things. A lot of good things. A lot of it was on food, which was totally fine.
Food. That's good.
But and we spent hours and hours.
Yeah.
There was this one time we were at the Yas Marina Circuit, like till 10 p.m.
Wow.
And just working, testing. It was insane. But that was my experience. My experience was very simple. We went there. We didn't win anything. We came 21st in the world.
Yeah.
But
21 meters per second.
21 meters per second, 21st in the world. It was amazing.
So poetic.
It was in Malaysia, and it was nice.
Amazing.
We had 50-something teams competing.
Yeah, it was big. The competition was big back then.
It was. You weren't there though, right?
I didn't come from Malaysia.
You didn't come from Malaysia, right. No, yeah. But how about yours? Yours was, you did two, right?
No, like as competing, competing I did only one.
Competing only once, and then you
was a side story that we found. I almost made it to 2010 World Finals.
Right.
I got an invite to collaborate with some, but things didn't work out.
Right. But what about the one that you did go for?
So it took 4 years for me to go to World Finals. And it was perseverance. Like every year I used to turn up,
so you would
try
be
different things.
In 12th grade by then?
I was in 12th grade, senior year.
Yeah.
And funny enough, every year.
doing board exams, but yeah.
Oh, so there's a whole story. This might be motivation, right? Like I wasn't academically strong whatsoever, right? I was this kid that teachers always complain about saying, look at him, he's wasting his time doing other things.
Right.
But the other things I was doing was not playing football or whatever.
Right.
I was actually building engineering cars. And funny enough, it was the software I knew back then that would take me space. So I believed in like design and concepts. And let's put it that first 3 years of my competition, like I said, I fell in love with the process. I was coming back because I wanted to go World Finals. I really wanted to. Because I made some friends and I knew a lot of people. Through Facebook back then, there was a big community. Every one of my friends were going, yes, I qualified from Singapore, I qualified from Australia, we're going to World Finals, we're going to party in World Finals. I didn't make it. And it was feeling a little bit like, okay, what can I do differently? So it was finding yourself every year, going back and thinking, what haven't we tried? What are we doing wrong? And sometimes it was so close. Like we came third by 0.45 in 2010, and it's a process of, is it money, is sponsorship? We have a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
So I tried them all. I tried what works, what doesn't work. And the 2012, my senior year project. So I'll be honest with you, I had given up. So 2012 senior year board exam because I didn't get my engineering stream easily. In 10th standard, you have to select your science, commerce.
Science, commerce.
I wanted to take science to become an engineer, but my marks are not good enough. I qualified only for commerce. So I had to fight, and I had to like do model exams and do really good in board exams. Because then with the board exam marks, I swapped my stream to science. Oh. It was hard. So it was,
okay.
I was just barely passing in physics, chemistry, because I spent all my time designing cars.
Yeah.
Not an advice to anyone. So
Please stay in school, stay in class.
If anyone's listening to this, I
Don't be
I strongly recommend keeping academics first, because you're in there to do that first, right?
But don't never not go towards your passions, right? Because that's where you are now.
Exactly. Passion is what helped me find myself and grow me.
Right.
But academics also, and that's what, again, F1 schools taught me, right? We did nationals. The whole year we were doing this. And 2-3 weeks before the exams, we were now on study mode. That's the reason my board exam marks were good. I got my stream, but I suffered along with it. If I wish, I just, cut. So 2012, I've already, by my past record, I don't do academically very well if I focus on F1 schools. So my take was, we've done it all. By then, we won Best Team R&D Award, we won Portfolio Award, we won Uniform Team R&D, we won all the awards except
National Champion.
Yeah, except Fastest Car Award. And it wasn't that because my car wasn't fast. Every year my car was fast, right? But it was technicalities. So the first year it was the Oman team that got the award.
Right.
The second year my car was fast. However, I remember there was some glitch. I think someone's bearing came off or something. So my car was.
So the lap was disqualified?
No, so the team that won had some oddities, some part came out. Back then it was legal.
Right.
So they did one run which was faster than me. And then that qualified for fastest.
Right, because the car they used earlier, they used again.
Yeah. And then was back then they weren't checking. Now it's there's slow-mo cameras looking at the car if your parts are shedding.
Falling off.
So all of that. Third year, I did break the world record. 1.020 was the record. I did 1.009. But
during the race?
During the race, yeah.
Yikes.
So fastest car in the nationals. However, still I wasn't awarded the award because of some technicalities with the aerofoil.
Right.
And so 3 years. Every year my car was fast, never got the award. So the last year, when I was in senior, our goal was to just go to the competition to get that award and come back. So we're like, if we won the competition, we wouldn't go. Right? If we lose, we wouldn't go to world finals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this was our take on this. It was a pact. What happened was, so based on that, we didn't care about uniforms, we didn't care about anything. We just cared about making a car, fastest car, going there, beating in the track, taking the award, coming home, happy and sleeping.
Getting all the awards, going to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we can say we're the most accomplished F1 schools team in the whole of UAE history. So what happened was our budget, believe it or not, like you said, right? For nationals, some teams back then were spending 50 to 60,000 dirhams.
Yikes.
Yeah. We spent the year before, so 2011.
60,000 dirhams.
2011, we spent 62,000 dirhams in nationals, and we still lost.
We spent 10,000.
So we had giants. Like during when I was competing, there were sponsors like Mercedes-Benz, Porsche.
Yeah. I remember those. Yeah.
We didn't have that kind of sponsors, but we had strong networking opportunities. We always found ROI. That was our way of getting sponsors.
Right.
We didn't care so much about what they can give us. We were looking into sponsors, what we can help through,
them,
and that works a lot for us, and did translate here. So what we did was, we just wanted awards. So we just literally we didn't have any sponsors either. So we mentored students. We had classes. So I was teaching CAD to almost 400 students in my school.
Nice.
And they were giving club fees, and that was the money I was putting in the team.
Nice.
So this is how we made enough money.
That's for the last year, for the national finals.
Yeah, we made 700 dirhams doing that. That was enough for making 2 cars. I had leftover bearings from last year. I used that. 3D printing sponsor we got for free.
Right.
So, and t-shirts, because we need t-shirts, right? We went to Sun and Sands, clearance bin. We took 6 XXL t-shirts and we just printed things on it. So we weren't there for one goal, just to
win the fastest car.
Yeah. So the whole day we did the race. Our race was, I think, in the 3rd batch, and there were only 5 teams first. And then we're like, okay, now we need to see this the whole day. So I was going to washroom looking first. 10 teams, 20 teams, still first. All right. And by then, just to show you, we were so experienced because we were always a good team, and it's the same core team that we had. We knew how to do verbals. So
simple.
We won Best Team R&D Award as well.
with the sun and sun shirts.
Yeah, with sunset shirts, because we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5 were boys, 6th one was a girl. So when we even went to washroom, the 5 guys went together, the 6th one's parted into. People noticed, judges noticed. So we got that award as well, and the surprise was the fastest car award. We won that as well.
So you won all 6 awards?
No, we won 2 awards: team identity, fastest car, and I think portfolio or something.
Nice.
Because our portfolio, again, it's like intellectual, wasn't like with money.
Right.
Team display and all this, where you put money, we didn't win any of those.
Right.
But funny enough, if we won the competition nationals, we didn't want to go because we proved everything.
Correct.
We came second. And we were going to collaborate. So we said no, like we don't want to collaborate. We didn't want to go anyway.
Right.
But then Denford actually gave us like a special ticket in a way because we spent 4 years and it was a whole story.
Right.
It's like, okay, team number 2, Blackbird X, you guys can go full team. So then we felt obliged to actually go for it.
Because he's asking you.
And so that's the like kind of like the funny how life works, and we would decide to go for World Finals.
And then you won something there, didn't you?
In World Finals, we were actually nominated for Best Innovative Thinking Award. Right. So it was actually a wheel design. I
remember you telling me.
Like we came up with the idea where we looked at turbines, wind turbines and things, and I always wondered, why can't that be used in a car wheel?
Wheels, right?
Yeah. So I tried to optimize it, and actually, because especially F1 and schools car, back then there was no tension loaded, so it used to just launch and then go.
Correct.
So our innovation was to have the wheel spinning before it lands and then rolls.
Right.
So yeah, we tried that.
Yeah, we actually used that now.
Oh, did you?
I don't know where we got the idea from, but then now it makes sense because I think we had one of your cars in our school.
Oh, wow.
As just a research purpose.
Wow, what would happen if Mercedes car wasn't Ferrari? I wonder.
Just research purposes. But basically what we did was we saw that when you're launching the car, right? Yeah. The car's usually above the ground for a good
because of the
half
force.
of a second.
Yeah.
But in that half of a second, it makes sense to have them rolling and stay rolling.
Exactly.
And so we thought, okay, optimize bearing design, optimize the flow of the wheel. And so honestly, everything that we've seen, at least in my year, at least in the years after us, a lot of it, I can tell you this man is behind the inspiration.
You can't.
A lot of it. But Ashish, I want to thank you. There's so many things that we have to talk about, that we will talk about. But I guess something that you said that really stuck out to me is just academics. It does make a difference, right? But at the same time, if you don't follow your passion, you won't see where you're supposed to be, right? And like you said, passion helped you rediscover yourself. And that's exactly what I'm going for here. I did not teach in those lines. But passion is what makes us who we are, right? For me, it's a bunch of different things. I think educating people is the best out of them. For you, it's the motorsports, right? The way your brain thinks, bro. Honestly, I can't tell you how many times, every time he's spoken about motorsports or about F1 in schools or about any of these design concepts, he's always amazed me in the way he's thought. And I guess that's your passion and that's what you're doing. And that is what's going to make you successful, right? definitely going to be. But I appreciate your time. If you have anything else you want to tell, because a lot of our listeners are going to be students.
Right.
They're students who I hope rediscover themselves through passion.
Yeah.
So anything you want to tell them?
So firstly, in my journey, I'm sure as you, just a couple of points. I think quite often people aren't supported, especially early on, especially when you haven't proved anything. It's quite easy to say, after you've won the nationals, it's easy to say, Chris,
exactly.
You have all support. What about the boy who's sitting in that auditorium trying to do this project? Or what about you trying to learn how to do CAD, right? I think early support is crucial. So as a student, I think find your own self-worth, like find resources online, develop your skills, and work yourself to attain that levels. Don't rely on someone else to teach you or someone else to like give you information. Go out there, find your own thing. If you're passionate, it can be anything. Right. Doesn't have to be F1 cars, business, marketing, social media. Everything is online. Everything, you have all the resources possible. Just find yourself and try and doing different things. You never know what's your passion. You just find that process and then just enjoy it.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much, Ashish, for your time. And like I said, we're at the F1 in Schools Experience Center. Love this place. But that was another episode of the Sparkle Minds podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you soon.